This is Manuka Subaru Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by USA Metal Roofs on MyTV.
Welcome inside John Hens's Veterans Memorial Stadium. We're in Peckville, Lackawanna County. Tonight, it's a Lackawanna Football Conference Division I showdown between Delaware Valley and our Friday night rivals, team number 8, Valley View. Pleasant good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide, and welcome to Week 8 already of high school football here on MyTV WQMY. Amanda Cool's on the sidelines, and Jan has the week off, so we bring in the big guns. Former Valley View coach, back on his home turf, George Kiwanis. George, welcome back to your home turf.
Thanks.
How about this game tonight? You played in the Big 11. There's going to be a lot of hard hitting between two of the top teams in the division.
Yeah, I think you're going to have two really physical teams tonight that know how to get after it, and they're, you got one team undefeated and one team with a couple losses against some really good teams in the state of Pennsylvania. So I think you'll get a good one tonight.
Well, let's talk about the Warriors. They lose their first 3 games, but if you look at the records of their opponents, they're 18-1-1. They come back to District 2 and they pretty much dominate. They're a balanced offense, and we'll see a lot of our Manuka Subaru spotlight player, Ryder Machado, when they run the ball.
Machado's unbelievable. Great vision. You'll see a kid with great feet tonight, able to squirt through a tiny little hole, and, he does a great job with their zone block schemes, and he's great out of the backfield catching the ball. You'll see him catch some balls tonight. He's, I think, one of the top running backs in the LFC.
The Cougars, undefeated, 7-0 right now. They've been dominating, especially on the ground, 280 yards per game on the ground, something like 20 points per game, 24 points per game. They do a lot. We're going to see a lot of quarterbacks, but we're also going to see a lot of our Manuka Subaru spotlight player, Cam Higgins, in the backfield.
Cam Higgins is the same as Machado. You're going to see great feet, great vision, great speed. Same kind of deal. You're going to see a lot of cuts, a lot of quick cuts to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see him line up at quarterback and even out at receiver sometimes. So you're going to get 2 great ones tonight from the Lackawanna Football Conference.
I usually ask you for the keys to the game because you were the coach last year, but we did talk to both coaches. Toyota's keys to the game, first for the Warriors.
DV's keys are pretty much the same. Keith wants to stay on schedule, which means don't get in any kind of, which leads to his second one, which is don't get any 3rd and longs. So his stay on schedule is he wants to just pound the ball at the other team, 2-3 yards a clip. He doesn't want to be stuck in any 2nd and 14s or 2nd and 13s. Stay right at the sticks where he wants to go, and his team's been great doing that so far this year.
And for Scott Wasilchak, his first year, his keys to the game for the Cougars.
So Scott's a little different. Scott wants to match the intensity first of DV. DV comes at you defensively and offensively. They're big, they're physical. Their schedule has demanded that, and they've done a really good job of that. So Valley View wants to match that. And then secondly, Scott's team, they have to kind of stay the course, all right? They want to, he's going to move guys around. He's going to run some different plays, a lot of formations, and hopefully he can catch DV in a wrong defense and maybe get a big play and get some easy scores.
Well, we've had some rainy games here with you before, but it's a beautiful night for high school football. I think the rain's coming tomorrow, but we'll check in now with Mike Susko from the Fox 56 News, first at 10.
Good evening, Bob. We finally got a nice night here for some high school football. The last couple of weeks we've been dealing with some showers. Tonight we will not be dealing with anything like that. A mix of stars and clouds once that sun sets. Temperatures, though, a bit on the chilly side, although seasonable for this time of year. In the mid-50s to start things off, heading down into the upper 40s by the end of the game. So we will be dry for the game, but overnight tonight, those clouds build in, and we are tracking rain for your Saturday. That will start off by sunrise tomorrow and then quickly overspread the entire region by late morning. We'll talk more about this coming up tonight at 10, but for right now, let's send it back out to you on the field.
Well, Delaware Valley has won 4 straight. Can they keep it going, or does Valley View remain undefeated? It's the Warriors and the Cougars. Next.
You're watching Manuka Subaru Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by USA Metal Roofs on MyTV WQMY.
Well, the Warriors made the hour trip to Peckville. They're ready to go, and so are the Cougars. We're ready for this Lackawanna Football Conference Division I showdown. Welcome back, everyone. The third member of our crew is Amanda Cool. And Amanda, once again, it's all in the family here tonight for both teams.
That's right, Bob. Well, family ties really seem to be the theme this season, and tonight is no different. For Delaware Valley, head coach Keith Olsemer has the opportunity to coach his son, starting quarterback Logan Olsemer. And on the other side, Scott Wasilchek is in his first year as the head coach here at Valley View, and he's joined on the sidelines by his brother, Jeff. Scott and Jeff coached together at both Lackawanna Trail and Lakeland, winning 13 district championships over 22 seasons, following in their dad, longtime Lakeland coach Jerry's footsteps. Jerry led Lakeland to 143 wins over 20 years. Jeff's son Jerry is the starting center, and Thomas Fiorelli is the son of Jeff and Scott's sister Heidi. He is the right tackle. George, it wasn't that long ago that you were coaching your son right here.
We missed those. We missed those days. We want to get them back.
Delaware Valley won the toss. They deferred to the second half. Kacharski back, and looks like McLean for the Car Vision Nissan kickoff. We're underway in Peckville. That is Higgins taking it from his 5. Higgins up past the 20, and he's taken down quickly. So, George, who's going to start at quarterback? Well, right now it's going to be Dom Mimo. You don't see big numbers for him because why, Coach? They're going to use 5 quarterbacks tonight behind the center, and they do that why?
Yeah, you're going to see at least 5 tonight. You're going to see Mimo. You'll see Higgins, the tailback line up there. You'll see Swolinski, Malsberger, Reed, and Kaharski. So, listen, it gives the opposing team a lot of looks, a lot of things to get used to and work on during the week. And it's a difficult task for a defense to be able to deal with all these kids.
So the running team of Mimo is going to throw it down, and it's taken in by Chris Safkoff, the senior, inside Delaware Valley territory to the 38-yard line.
So Dom's there. Dom's the kid who played for us a couple of years ago when Adam got hurt his junior year. So he's played this position before, and you can see here, roll to his right and just makes a great deep throw. Safkov's their deep play receiver. So if they want to throw the ball deep, it's been number 11 all year that's been catching those balls.
His 17th catch on the year, and it's a big 38-yard gain. Back to the ground they go. It's Swolinski, the 200-pound junior, up for about 3.
So quarterback number 2, Swolinski, he's going to be more of a power runner. They'll use him a little bit to throw, but he's going to be your guy that's going to run quarterback power, which you'll see here. You're going to see the 2 lead backs, actually 3 lead backs, fake to the tailback and just fall behind those 2 lead backs. So that's just a tailback power using a quarterback with an extra blocker.
280 yards on the ground per game, 97 through the year, 372 total for this Valley View team in the first 7 games. And now it's Nick Kaharski, and Kaharski's taken down quickly. Mikado comes there, and our first flag of the night, Kalisnik, too, the All-State linebacker, moves his way in. Our referee tonight, Jason McDermott. And there you see the crew here from the Lackawanna Football Conference.
And you're getting one of the top crews. This is one of the better ones in the conference. This is
holding number 59 offense, 10-yard penalty, replay first.
So first mistake of the game goes to Valley View, will back them up 10 after the short gain by Kaharski.
So this is what Scott was saying about executing the game plan. It's mixing and matching the quarterbacks, but this is not what he wants. He doesn't want that first and long. Kaharski, for the most part during the year, has been more of an outside runner. They go inside there. You're going to notice as you watch this game, too, they're going to stay as much away from Aiden Black, number 87, as they can tonight. So if he lines up on the offense's right, they're going to check and go to the left.
There's a very good defense as well. 20 points per game they give up to the Warriors. But since they've been in District 2, just 11 points per game, including a big win last week at Wilkes-Barre. So Mimo back in, quick out to McLean, 22, and he gets about 9 on that. Taken down quickly by Handy, the senior.
You're going to see DV's 2 linebackers all over the place tonight. I think they're 2 of the best linebackers in the league. Marino being excellent, and I think the 4th best one is probably from Scranton Prep. Their linebacker is excellent. Yeah. They have a couple good linebackers there. So, you'll see these guys just flying around all over the field. Almost every tackle you'll see tonight will be made by either their 2 defensive ends or 2 linebackers.
So the junior Swolinski back in now to take the snap. He'll throw it. He'll send it long to Safkoff again. Nice adjustment by the senior, but it was thrown way to his left, and it goes incomplete.
So you're seeing a couple wrinkles now. They've used pretty much Swilinski all year as a runner, and you're going to see him here in this replay. He's going to go back and try to take a shot. You know, Scott's taken a couple shots here early, Coach Wasilchak, which he hasn't done. And, you know, the problem is, you know, that's a big third down play, and now you're going to punt the ball away to DV.
Beyond McLean, 30 yards per game average. He'll send it down. Ramirez doesn't even look at it. It's a short kick. They'll go way out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to mark it. And they're going to keep moving. Kevin Grassi says to the 17. So that's where DV will take over their first possession. And we talked about him in the pregame. Logan Olsemer has won the starting job. There you see his numbers, 5 touchdowns, coach, 3 interceptions. He's
done a great job. He played for them last year a lot. They split time last year with 2 different quarterbacks, but he's taken the reins this year. And, you know, he's done a lot in the offseason to better himself throwing and being a leader of the offense. And he's really embraced that and done a great job for Keith.
Pretty balanced offense. You'll see a bunch of running and passing. Up quickly, Mikado. Good push by that DV big offensive line. They go for about 5 right there.
So this is Keith's game plan. We said at the beginning, stay on schedule. So stay on schedule is hand the ball off to Machado as much as you can, get 3-4 yards, maybe 5, second and manageable, and keep moving the sticks.
They'll go to the quick offense, to the eye again. Mikado again comes through, but McIntyre's there. Is it a first down? It is to move the chains for the Perfect Storm Renovations first down.
I think the big thing for me is the defensively, Valley View's 2 ends are their strongest points. So Nolan and Holler and their 2 senior defensive ends. If they can handle those 2 ends, it'll be a tough night for Valley View tonight.
Del Val averaging 25 points per game. A little bit more since they've been in District 2. Olsemer's first pass, quick out to Machado. A lot of running room for the senior. Still on his feet. He has speed. He's into Cougar territory. They'll mark him out at the 49, but a big gain there of 22.
So this is tough for Valley View's defense to defend. They like to play a 4-man front. It's just tough to get enough bodies out on the outside, which is probably one of the tougher things they've had to defend this year. And that speed, and then, you know, like you said, if they can mix and match DV, they're tough to defend. They got too many athletes.
Hey, mark them inside Warrior territory. Olsemer back going deep for Ramirez. It goes out of bounds. So they did mark the ball on the Cougars Warrior side of the field, the 47. Now let's take a look at the USA Metal Roofs offensive starters for Delaware Valley. Mikado and Kalisnik. He'll get some touches. The fullback, Ramirez, Corey, and Aiden Black. We haven't talked about him, but we will soon. And up front, Coach, they are huge.
Yes, they are.
300, 270, 265.
They're a big, almost a college-style offensive line. So you're noticing here they're going a little bit of no huddle. So they, they went from a spread set. Now they're in a normal eye set. Third, and this is semi-manageable. You know, I don't think this is exactly where Coach Olsemer would want to be. I think he'd rather be 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4, but.
They're going to run it. Mikado cuts inside. Flag comes in, though. This may be coming back on the hold on the outside. Only a minimal gain, a yard. I think you decline it then, right?
I would say, yeah, it'd be 4th down. It's going to be holding.
So it is holding the call.
All right, so he's declined. Holding, number 87, offense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
So the defense holds after the 5 plays for Delaware Valley.
You can see the hold there on the outside. They try to get an outside block, and it just it was tough angle, I think, for the outside receiver to make that block. So that's a good hold for the defense. So after a couple nice plays there, big plays, both defenses kind of gave up 1 or 2 plays, but did a nice job of ending the drives.
Olsemer kicks it. Higgins comes up, makes a fair catch right at the 17-yard line. Let's take a look at the offense now. Brought to you by USA Metal Roofs. Higgins and Reed and Malsberger. We'll maybe see him a little bit. Zafkoff, Mimo, Rupp, the tight end. And up front, 3 seniors on that left side. I've noticed, Coach, they do run a lot to that left side between Holleran and Smith there.
Well, like I said, I think tonight you're going to see a lot of runs away from 87. So maybe in weeks past they've run more to the right, but with Aiden Black there, if you notice so far, they haven't run one ball to his side yet. Every ball's been to the offensive left and away from him. So that's going to be big for Delaware Valley. If they can sustain and stop drives, like I said, without using Aiden, that's great. And you see it right here. Number 20 for them is excellent. You're going to see Brzezinskis all night, all over the place. He plays a defensive end from a stand-up position. He rushes a lot off the edge. Fast, physical. You just saw it there. He's unblocked, comes right up, doesn't miss many tackles. He'll be a big key for them tonight as well. Like I said, if they're going to run away from 87, 20's got to make tackles.
49 total tackles for the junior. Second down. And they give it a little to the fullback, Preston Reed, 215-pound junior, 414 yards coming up. About third down and 5 now for the Cougars.
Reed's a good runner for them. You're going to see him a lot on like dive and trap plays, which you saw there. Again, you got to block. You're going to see 44. We're going to say his name a million times tonight and hear his number. Klitsnik is an all-state type of player, great speed, a lot like Henderson was for them a couple years ago, who's making waves at Old Dominion.
Yeah, 78 total tackles for number 44, 234 for his career. Quick out to Zavkoff. Nice catch, and he's making his presence known here early. It's a Perfect Storm Renovations first down. Looks like up near the 40-yard line.
See, this is what I think they're going to have to do. A little quick hit passes. That's just a quick stop, get a first down, move the sticks. They're going to play off a little bit with their corners and give you some of those plays. You got to be able to complete them and get first downs.
That's a big third down conversion for Valley View. So Alinsky. A tiny hole, but he pops through for about 4 more yards. And we'll take a look at the defense now for Delaware Valley. Pueblo, Venatucci and Alba up front, 280 and 270. There's those two middle guys. Aiden Black headed to Stanford. Tight end, big kid. We'll take a look at the secondary. Corey Machado, Uzzolino, and D'Antonio. But Aiden Black headed to Stanford University, 6'3", 235. He is a specimen when you see him up front. And they'll run it through with Reed again quickly and short of a first down.
Yeah, same thing, quick dive. And, you're talking about Aiden Black. You're talking about, I think, in my opinion, him and C.J. Dupree, probably the two best tight ends come out of our area in years. Turned down Minnesota. I know he had talked with Duke. So he had a lot of great schools after him and decided to go to Stanford, and which is a legit school. I mean, he's not going there just for football. He's going for academics as well.
We don't know what conference they're in still, but where are they in now? I don't even know what they're in.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think they. No, I don't know if they went into the ACC. I don't know where they are.
Perfect Storm Renovations first down again. Valley View, nice move. Malzberger with the toss to Higgins, and he's up for about 3, and they're inside Warrior territory once again.
And that's Black in there. Like I said, he's tough to block, big, physical. Higgins, great cut here just to get something out of this. But you can see how Black is. They're trying to double team him, and he's still able to fight through the double team and make a pile there.
Number 33, Colton Handy, also in there, 180-pound senior. He comes in with 58 total tackles. So you can see where most of the tackles are coming from are for Delaware Valley from the linebacker spot.
Yeah, you can take the 2 ends and 2 linebackers and pretty much get all your tackles that they have.
Higgins right side. Has running room. Biggest hole of the night for Higgins. He's up to the 37-yard line. Gain of 8.
Nice play here. They get a great double team on Black. Good kick out there, and you can see Higgins up inside. Like I said at the pregame, he's got great vision, great feet. He's been playing 2 years. He played last year, got a lot of carries last year in some key games, and he's built on that this year as the number 1 tailback.
Yeah, came in averaging 7.4 yards per carry. That's for his career. So this drive started at the 18. Valley View again in Delaware Valley territory, and taken down by Uzzolino, about a 3-yard gain.
And you're seeing the same play here. It's pretty much, it's toss action one time and almost like an outside zone the next time. You see a great double team again on Black and getting on the linebackers. And, when you have to get your second and third level guys to make tackles, you got a good play going.
So Delaware Valley View coming on off a win over Scranton 20-6 last week. The week before that, they beat Abington Heights 35-14. So 7-0 Valley View on the move. Mimo keeps it. Spins right into the Delaware Valley defense. Yard gain, so third down now.
I think one of the positives you have so far is one of the things, and you see it here with this is just quarterback counter. They'll pull two guys. They pull the tight end and the guard or tackle and get guys out in front of the Mimo. Mimo, again, great runner, gives you another running back. But, you know, Scott's big thing coming into this game was match the intensity and be physical. In this drive, they've been physical.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you know, these are things they have to do, and you know, DV's going to have to match the physicality too.
10th play of the drive. And we'll have a timeout called, and we'll take a quick break. 3:12 left. We'll be right back. As always, a nice crowd here in Peckville, especially on the Cougar sidelines. A little chilly tonight. Going to get down into the 40s. Everybody bundled up, ready for this game. So, Valley View's on the move. They started at their own 18. They're 11 plays in. So, obviously, Scott didn't see something he liked, George. So, timeout. Make sure you have the right play call.
Yeah, I just think, remember what we said at the beginning, like you want to trust the game plan. Well, you know, that was one of those mistakes where, you know, it's a formation. They just didn't get in the right formation, and it's a big play to not be in the right formation. So, you know, you're 2 downs here, right? So try to make a throw there. You know you're going to go for it on 4th down. You know, Scott's one of those guys, too. He'll lull you to sleep. He'll go run, and then pull one out like here and try to throw a pass. But great defense there by Delaware Valley. That's Olsmer making a play out there along with Ryder. So, you know, great job there by the defense.
Yeah, talking about Delaware Valley's defense coming in against District 2 opponents. They've given up just 70 yards on the ground, 118 through the air, 178 total against District 2 opponents. That's after their first 3 losses. So 4th down play. So movement by Valley View is going to back them up 5. I think the left guard moved.
So when you look at stats, I was telling you before the game, stats are deceiving because they played 3 great teams to start the year at Delaware Valley.
51 offense.
You take those 3 games out of there, and their stats are unbelievable, right? I mean, and the 3 teams they lost to are 3 state-ranked, legit Pennsylvania, you know, powerhouses. So, you know, you throw Selinsgrove out of there in there at the beginning, and then they played Harrisburg and Downingtown East. I mean, you're talking about 3 juggernauts right there in the state of Pennsylvania. So, you know, you throw those 3 games out, their stats are you know, eye-popping.
Well, Delaware Valley did that last year, but they couldn't recover as much. They did go on and win the District 2 5A title. So that was a positive. They've kind of done a little bit better. Little blitz on. Mimo down. No, I should say Mimo is going to be the intended receiver. Lewinsky threw the ball. We have a flag in the secondary.
So little play fake here. They're just trying to throw the ball to the middle of the field. It's just a post. So they're running a go route by the inside guys to clear out, and then a post by the outside guy, Mimo. And a great throw there by Swolinski, and it looked like the defender got there a little bit too early.
D'Antuno.
Pass interference against the defense. 15-yard penalty. Result is a 1st down.
Well, big break for the Cougars on that. And they'll put the ball just outside the red zone at the 21-yard line. They keep the drive going. They also keep the Delaware Valley offense off the field.
Yeah, and Valley View's really struggled in the games I've seen with scoring in the red zone. It's been in trouble. So they got to get this ball in the end zone. It's a big drive for them. So now you see another quarterback. This is Higgins now at quarterback.
Well, Wildcat. You want to call him quarterback or call him Wildcat, whatever you want to call it. Up for a yard it goes. Off that right side. Another flag. Yep. Another flag against the Cougars.
Holding, number 15, offense, 10-yard penalty, replay 1st down.
So you're going to see Reed here as the fullback. He's going to try to block Aiden Black. You can see grabs him by the shirt, pulls him down, and that's your holding call. And again, they're running the same types of plays. That's just power. It's normal power with their tailback now with a blocker in front.
Under 3 minutes here in the first quarter. We're scoreless in this Division I showdown, the Lackawanna Football Conference. Two tight ends in again. Malsberger, quick one to Rope. The tight end picks up a good chunk of it, about 9. So it'll be 3rd down and long now for Valley View.
So that's going to be a 2 tight end set. They have Roop on one side and Marino on the other side. That actually goes to Marino. But, again, just a quick hitter, a little dump pass, simple pass for the quarterback to make. Tough thing to defend for DV in that they play a 50 defense. So it's a little more difficult for them to balance that up. Good throw there by Malsberger. You know, again, another quarterback in there where you see a little different look. Here now Swolinski at quarterback.
Just 2nd down. Swolinski keeps it, has a little hole. He's inside the Kelly Mahindra red zone. Brings up 3rd down.
Same thing, fake to the tailback. So it's just a quarterback read play. You see this a lot in college games, that if you want to call it the RPO type of play, where he's just going to fake it, and he can either give that ball, or if there's in this case, I'm assuming Scott probably has that already as a non-read. He's calling that for the quarterback to keep. So it's a misdirection with the tailback, and now that quarterback can keep with the blocker in front.
2 plays here to get 7 yards.
Yeah, you're getting 2 here. I don't think they'll kick a field goal.
No. 12th play of the drive, 13th play of the drive, Mimo at quarterback. That is Roop. Big hit, but he holds on, and he's inside the 10.
So Kyle's probably their second, their second go-to guy. They want to get the ball deep to Savkov, but anything intermediate, Kyle's been their guy. He's a great receiver, has some D1 looks. Lives up the street from me. He definitely got his hands from his mother, Diane, not from his father, Craig. So he's lucky with that.
D'Antonio with the tackle. So power I inside the Kelly Mahindra red zone. 1st and goal. Zolinski trying to get a block to the outside. Black can't get him, but he's nailed out of bounds. About a yard gain, maybe no gain on that. A late flag, real late. Sideline warning against Delaware Valley. Coming up, here's the replay coach.
So, again, same type of thing. They're running just that quarterback power at Aiden Black, which I didn't think they'd do a whole lot of. I thought they'd run a little more away, and they were working on that the other day. But I mean, it's student body to the right with your quarterback keeping, so it gives you extra defenders. They're doubling out Aiden, and he still does a nice job. Even they're doubling him, and he still gets them to string it out. And
he's a great athlete.
Yeah, where something should be a gain of maybe 6 or 7, they're getting 1 or 2.
Well, they've eaten up almost 7 minutes off the clock. 15th play of the drive coming for Valley View. It started at their own 18. Back to the power they go. They're going to try to pass. Roop to the corner. The tight end. Can he catch up? He does. Valley View, first to score. 9-yard completion. The Cougars score.
So this is what I was telling you before. It's going to be power, 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 fake power, pass to the tight end. So great throw there to Roop. Great catch. And again, you can see you kind of lull him to sleep. You catch the D-back sleeping a little bit, looking in the backfield at the action, and before you know it, he's standing behind you wide open in the end zone.
Swolinski's 2nd touchdown pass of the season. 2nd touchdown for the tight end. But Kelly's kick is up and through. 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Cougars strike first on a 15-play drive. Oh, we know George isn't on the field. Scott still checks there with Keith Olsum on the left. His brother Jeff is next to Scott, so if you're wondering why there's 2 there. An obvious choice for Scott to take over for you. He's been here for so long and played here as well.
Yeah, I just think, when I was giving it up and they had asked me, I said, we want to keep everything as close to being the same for the kids as possible. It makes the transition easy, and you can see the transition's been very easy. The staff stayed for the most part, and I just think it makes it so much easier on the student athletes, and you have to worry about getting ready for new coaches and what kind of schemes and what works and what doesn't work. So I think that's one of the reasons why they've been able to start 7-0 and made the transition relatively easy.
Now, when you took over, the Cougars were having some down years, weren't they? And then
it was, we had not as good as what things were, and at the time, if you remember, we were a double-A team playing
Yeah.
a 3 and 4A schedule, which was, even more difficult. But, it takes a couple of years, I think, when a new coach and new staff comes in. So this way, that transition period was,
Well, the program's already built.
Yeah, a lot of
what you
people
guys
already
did.
say 4 and 5 years it takes. You're good. I mean, these guys are starting right in with, they know what we've done. And I think one of the reasons we were able to sustain it for so long, we played younger kids with the older kids. You never had, 11 seniors starting. You had, 5 or 6 with – 5 or 6 underclassmen, and the next year they were a year better. So,
well, he's doing that this year.
Yes.
You can tell by they're a little bit younger on the defensive side
Right.
than they are the offensive side.
the model works if you
Yeah.
use it. It really does. If you're willing to kind of play some younger guys and maybe take some lumps, but it works.
Zwolinski's kick is up. It's a high one. Goes out of bounds, and let's see if we'll have them kick it again or if they'll take the ball.
So that drive for Valley View to me was a huge win. So not only did you take a ton of time off the clock, you got the physical nature of the drive. I mean, they kind of beat them up a little bit, and you scored. Which, like I said, the last couple games that I've seen, they've really struggled once they got in that red zone and put the ball in for touchdown. So that's huge. That's a huge drive for them.
So Keith Holsimer decides to take the ball at the old 35. So the offense back on.
Now, Keith has been very patient, I think, this year. So you're not going to see, go take a shot, let's all get it back in one chunk. You're going to see the same kind of offense, keep on schedule, like he told you. He's going to keep going back to running ahead 4 or 5 yards at a time. And, he's been through this a lot of times, and he's not going to get overly anxious with that.
Well, you'll also notice as you watch the replay that you talked about playing different kids. They do the same thing. They have a lot of different kids on both sides of the ball,
Yep.
so they're going to be fresh at the end of the game as well as Mikado gets it again. And that tough the tough Valley View defense is there. Sebastianelli in there, one of the players, and a short gain. So 1 quarter in the book. We have 1 touchdown. It's from Valley View. They lead 6-0 after 1.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY. Valley View leads Delaware Valley 6-0. Joining me now is Toby Grisenda from NEPA Builders. Toby, let's get right to it. Let's talk about Raising the Roof. What is it and how did it get started?
Yeah, so Raising the Roof is a partnership with Fox 56, NEPA Builders, and 84 Lumber Company to come together and give a roof away to a local family in need.
Toby, why is it so special to be here tonight at Valley View? I know you come out to all the games, but why is it so special?
So it is very special with action behind us. It's very special to be here tonight. This is where I grew up. It's where my family is raised. My kids go to school here. And, it's the area that taught me morals and values and things like giving back to our community. So I really want to express the message that, I grew up on First Avenue in Jessup. If you're in Hill Street in Archibald, wherever you are in Valley View, we all have somebody on the street that we live on that needs our help, that they need a roof. This is our opportunity to come and do something really great for somebody. So go to our website, navigate to the giveaway page, and nominate somebody that you know. It's a great thing that we do. It's $15,000 to $20,000 value that you could do for your neighbor right here in Valley View in the Cougars Den. So help us and do something great together.
Thanks, Toby. Guys, we missed a little bit during that.
Every time Amanda has an interview, a team scores. So we're going to take a look at it. It's an Olsemer pass to Machado. What a great catch from him. 6-6 the score, Coach.
Well, this is a great play by Olsemer. He gets a little pressure from Holler, and he just wiggles away from it a little bit. He just moves his feet a little bit, and then Machado makes one guy miss. They went man there, so they went man free. So all you got to do is beat one guy. So he beat his one guy, and then the other guys are run off, and you see a great answer there by Delaware Valley.
The PAT was blocked, so we're at 6-6 for Machado. It's his first touchdown reception of the year for Logan Olsemer. It's his 6th touchdown throw. So we are tied at 6, and one drive was 15 yards. That drive was 3. 15
well,
plays.
You're going to see here, too, for Delaware Valley, and you see the block right here. Good pressure up the middle, by Holler in there again. But, Delaware Valley now, their defensive guys haven't gotten a lot of rest. So they've, they just went through that 15, 16 play drive. The offense ran 3 plays and a touchdown. So now they get it right back on the field, and we're going to see if they can sustain that, that mentality or that physical mentality that they need. And they got to up it a little bit for this next drive.
So we're tied at 6, and look at it again, Coach. You were talking about the
See how he just makes one little move there? That one little move to get away from 57, you can see that once he beats his one defender, everybody else has run off, and you're, smooth sailing down the sideline.
Yeah, Sebastianelli couldn't catch up to him, and then Machado turned on the afterburners, and down the sideline he went. Everbell tees it up for the Car Vision Nissan kickoff. Koharski and Higgins back to receive this kick, and we're tied at 6. It's a nice kick. Koharski from his 6. Hit once, twice, and carries up to about the 28-yard line. So Coach mentioned DV comes back out. Last week, Delaware Valley beat Wilkes-Barre 41-6. The shutout North Pocono the week before that. Their big win, I think, got a little, I won't say confidence for Delaware Valley, but they beat Scranton Prep, who was undefeated at the time, 31-27. They beat up them. I was at that game. That was a very physical game, as this one is as well.
Well, that's why I think they're tested a little bit. They've gone through those games. Valley View really hasn't had a game like that. This is their first game, I think, where they're going to be tested physically.
You'll see how they hold up. Swalinski back to throw. He's going to air it out again to Zafkov. It's short. Both make the play, and it's going to be a catch. Zafkov is having a night. He pulls it away from D'Antomo, and it's a huge gain inside Warrior territory.
So again, they're taking shots. I mean, this is more than you've seen them take shots all year with the quarterback with the deep ball. Zafkov comes back here, makes a great play, and just kind of mosses them, as they'd say on ESPN, the Randy Moss type of catch. And
38-yard gain, and we have all kinds of movement up front. So things are finally opening up here. You mentioned both teams might want to feel each other out. They kind of did in that first quarter. Now I think, as you mentioned, I think things are just getting more open now, more offense.
Well, you're going to get a little bit of – DV loves to play pack a lot of guys in the box, and they're technically in a cover 3, but it almost ends up being like man on the outside. So you're going to get a lot of those one-on-one shots to take with receivers. And, again, you just got to hope your athletes are a little better than the other team's athletes, and they make plays like that. That's a great play there by Zafkov, though. That defensive back had great position. He still went up and made the play.
It's already his third big catch of the evening. And they get it up to Rupp, and he has 8 yards.
Again, he's their go-to guy on the short, any kind of short passes. That's what they want to go to. He's a he has great hands. He runs fairly well with the ball. He's 6'2", 6'3", very athletic, good basketball player as well. So he'll use those abilities to catch those short passes.
So 7-yard gain for Valley View. They're on the move once again. Quick hitter inside to Higgins. And he'll be close to a Perfect Storm Renovations first down.
I think he's going to be a little short.
Yeah, I think just a little bit from our angle. And Valley View, here you see it again. They've run for over 231 yards in every game this season.
I mean, listen, that's what they want to do, right? They want to be physical. They want to run the ball. They've been, mixing and matching with the quarterbacks. They haven't had to throw a lot against teams, so they've been gotten their way with running it, and they'll continue to do it until you stop them.
Long count. Quick pitch, Higgins hit by Kolisnik. He bounces off him. He's up for a Perfect Storm Renovations first down inside the Kelly Mahindra red zone to the 18.
So Cam has great balance. You see it here. He's again, great feet, great vision. He makes a great cut. He takes that initial contact, bounces off. You can see the bounce right there. And listen, Kolisnik doesn't miss very many tackles, so that is not an easy tackle to break. So good bounce there, and then able to get that first down.
It's Malsberger at quarterback. He hands it off. And they try to squeeze the fullback in there, Reed, not much going.
I don't know what this penalty is going to be. It's late.
So that will negate that short little gain from Reed, who will back up the Cougars.
Holding, number 50 of the offense, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
Now, their first drive of the game, they had something, they couldn't overcome it. They had another penalty. The last drive, they overcame it.
Right.
Again,
you just don't
bad
want
time
to
for penalties.
Yeah, you don't want to make the mistakes. So it's inside. You get inside the red zone. You don't want to have to be pushed back and have a 1st and 20 now. It's not what Scott wants either.
So Mimo's going to take the snap, and another flag. I think this may be going against the Cougars as well.
Prior to the snap, false start,
Yeah.
number 23, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first
It's a
down.
loss of 15 yards after you're at the 18.
Yeah.
So this will really put them in the hole at first down. It goes all the way back to the 33-yard line.
So obviously for DV, this is great because you're putting Valley View in a situation they don't want to be in. They don't want to be in any kind of long situation where they have to throw. Now, they've done a good job with it tonight, but not a situation they want to be in.
Here comes the blick. Kalisnik up to Mimo, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the All-State defensive back Machado, and he falls down right at the 18-yard line. The pressure put on by the All-State linebacker, picked off by the All-State DB.
And this is what we said before. 44 is everywhere, right? So, not only is he all over the place, they run a nice A-gap stunt there. They take their tackle, or nose, run him out a little bit, run 44, Klitsnik right up the A-gap. Tough thing to block, and he's not going to miss that tackle. Missed one before, but he's not going to miss that one on a quarterback.
You're surprised Scott didn't go to the run for a couple plays on that instead of just throwing it on first down.
Well, like I
along,
said, it's tough for them to defend all the receivers. So Scott's very good at schemes where he thinks he can run certain plays against certain defense, and I'm assuming that's probably one of those plays he thought he could get. And DV doesn't blitz very much when you watch them. So a little
they blitz
off
that
script
little wrinkle.
for Keith there too.
So they give it to Kalisnik, the fullback, and he's up for almost 9 yards.
So he's a 300-yard rusher, so they'll run him a little bit. He's got great speed. He's physical, like we said before. A lot of times they like to run him passes out of the backfield. They'll run like a waggle pass, slide him into the flat. But he's been a great runner for them as well.
Looks like Fable is the center now. Was Camerano to start the game.
See, this is where I'm anxious to see, can Valley View now come back from that turnover? Like DV had to go back on the field quick, and Valley View now, with a sudden change, go back and make some plays here.
Watch out for Aiden Black. They like to send him down. They don't this time. They give it back to Machado. He's up for a couple yards, and that's about it.
It's coming.
Yeah, it is.
And so, like we said before with Valley View, you're gonna power, and you can see here they go to no huddle stuff. They're gonna power. They're gonna pull it out at some point, run them on a corner route or 7, and he catches pretty much anything that's within 10 yards of him. There it is.
Olsemer, yep, there is, right to Aiden Black. He's double teamed. He had it in his hands, knocked down by Safkoff, and it goes incomplete. Right on cue, we have a late flag. I think we're going to have an unsportsmanlike conduct against Valley View.
And my assumption was the Valley View sideline was saying the same thing you and I were saying. It's coming. So watch coming. 87. But even there, he had a chance.
Looks like Devaney down there as well. 27. Let's see what the penalty is. It was a late flag on the Valley View side.
There are fouls on both teams.
Okay.
Dead ball, personal foul against 15 of the defense. Dead ball, personal foul, number 60 of the offense. Those penalties offset, down counts.
So it goes incomplete. As I said, Leslie down there on the defensive side, the junior, number 27.
And the corner's done a nice job for Valley this year. They've tried to throw a lot at Kaharski. He's done a great job defending, and Leslie's done a great job the opposite side all year. And they're just tough to get balls on. And even there, he's pretty much double covered. It's going to be tough to get that ball in there anyway.
Well, you watch him on film, you better double cover him. So a 3rd and long now facing Olsemer. Out to Machado again in the flat. He makes a great move, Still on his feet, out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
So
17-yard gain for a Perfect Store Renovations first down.
That to me is, again, same as before. That to me is where Logan's gotten a lot better. Move him out, right? Move the pocket. He's going to go sprint left here. And it's really just a simple, easy pass. They're going to slide the tailback out in the flat, run the two outside guys off again. And, you know, a simple, 15-yard gain, easy throw, pitch and catch.
They squeeze one into Usolino, the junior, and he breaks free. So a big run from him. We have an injured Cougar.
Looks like a flag, too.
And a flag. So the ball is down to the 24. So we'll see. They're bringing it back.
It's going to come back to where the flag is. You know, great run there by Usolino. I mean, it's, again, speed, right? You know, a little bit of a smaller back, but great speed. You can see how quick he got to the sideline.
So we've injured Cougar. We'll take a quick timeout. Still at 6 here in Peckville. Six here at Valley View. Warriors and the Cougars. And Delaware Valley schedule. There you see the first couple games. We talked about who they beat. 18-1-1 for the first 3 games, 3 losses. And then it's pretty much run the gamut in District 2. And then they'll face Scranton and Abington Heights, the 2 teams in 5A that they're competing against for that top spot. So the penalty will mark the ball back to the 33-yard line and call it 1st and 25.
That's a huge penalty. And again, we're talking about Keith on schedule and things like that. This is definitely off schedule. This is a tough thing to come back from.
Usolino in there, great tackle. Coming up was McIntyre.
So just the blast here. I mean, they're just, again, mix and matching some of their backs as well. Probably just to give Machado, hopefully to give him a little rest. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with him. But McIntyre's been a really good tackler in their secondary, Valley View secondary. He's been coming up a lot, almost playing like a strong safety spot.
So Machado's back in. He'll be in a slot. Trips to the near side. Olsemer under pressure, has room, has the middle of the field to run, puts his head down. He's inside Cougar territory, down to the 48-yard line.
So he's going to come over to the sidelines like I used to do to my son, and Keith's going to give him a good pat on the head and go, thanks for that play. That's a huge play for them. You know, and it's supposed to be a bubble screen, and, you know, the defensive end hollering gets his hands up, and he makes something out of nothing there, which is, again, what you want your quarterback to do.
6 foot, 170-pound junior for Olsemer. 16-yard game, 3rd and manageable. Nolan going to chase Olsemer. He finds his big tight end, and they complete the first down. Perfect Store Renovations first down inside Cougar territory for Delaware Valley.
So here's the perfect storm here. They've run the same pass play 4 times now with the sprint. They've run Machado out to the flat, and they're so worried about Machado running to the flat, they forget about the guy that's running the curl behind him. And, again, great decision by Olsemer. He hits the curl behind that flat
They
route.
make up that 1st and 25 pretty quick. Power football in the middle.
I don't know what happened there. I didn't think he was down. He was rolling on bodies.
Rolling on somebody, yeah.
And I don't know if he ever went down. They blew him down.
They blew him,
he wanted to get up and keep running because he was rolling.
Consaretti, I think, was right there saying, I had him. About a 4-yard gain. Del Valle on the move. Machado almost broke through. Closed quickly. Marino, the tackle, number 5, 3rd and short.
So another great run again, trying to move the stick. So he's 2 downs here, right? The DV's 2 downs, so they're not going to punt from the 29-yard line. So a lot you can do here and play with. And I'm telling you, Coach Olsemer has been very tight to the vest. So I'm assuming here he's going to run the ball, get the first down, and then maybe, on the first down, take a shot at something. But he's going to want to get the first down here. Great tackle on that last play by Marino. Again, one of those linebackers we've talked about in the Lackawanna Football Conference. Probably one of the top ones, in Division I.
Power eye. Marino came in with 71 total tackles. Machado,
Great
good cutback. Hurdles of players. Just scampers by him. Great gain. Started at the 29 down to the 16, 13-yard gain.
And this is what he's able to do. So they're going to pull. It's like a pin and pull. He's going to make a great cut, jump over a defender, and get to the second and third levels.
So up quickly comes DV. Machado taken down after a short gain. Marino on the bottom there, along with Halloran.
Yeah, I've never been, sometimes you can almost speed yourself up too much. Their power eye here. Halloran does a great job, takes on the blocker and kind of creates that, that stymie right there where there's no push, where it's neutral. And if you can neutralize that first blocker as that defensive end, you got a shot to make a play, and he does that
This
there.
is very similar to the long Valley View drive, Coach, which started at their own 18. This is the 12th play of this drive for the Warriors inside the Kelly Mahindra red zone. Timeout, Delaware Valley. 3:27 left. Long drive for the Warriors. And both teams making wholesale changes there. Amanda's found the student section here at Valley View, always very popular. What do we have?
That's right. I'm in the Perfect Storm student section with the Valley View students. Jonathan, take me through. You guys have a pretty big game day routine as the student section.
Always. So before every Friday, we get hype. It's on the loudspeakers in school. We go to Subway before. The football team's there. Cougar spirit is real, baby. Let's go!
So what sets your student section apart from all the other student sections?
Listen, no other school in the area has Cougar spirit. That's the number one thing. We're ride or die with our team no matter what. Win or lose, we're always up. We're always active. We're never beat. Let's go.
Jonathan, how would you rank the local student sections?
We're number one for sure. No one tops us. North Pocono's got a good one. Been there. But you know what? Nothing tops Cougar Pride.
All right, well, that's the top two. Hey, guys, let's head back to you.
Let's ride, baby.
She didn't even get him to do a cheer. Oh, there it is. Well, they're cheering because Delaware Valley's right in front of them. After the timeout, 2nd and 9 for the Warriors. They're going to give Machado. Great tackle. Smolinski comes shooting through for a tackle for a loss on Machado.
That's a big play, because if he doesn't make this tackle, he's probably walking in the end zone, because I don't think there's anybody but Green. And you can see he gets a great block by Kalitsnik out on the outside, and the defender's actually kind of falling backwards. If he gets that bounce, I think it's smooth sailing to the end zone. But great play by Smolinski. He's done a great job for them this year, and got a little dinged up early in the year with his shoulder, and he's come back and done really well for them at that quarterback and linebacker spot.
His third tackle for a loss. It's a big one. It backs up the Warriors to 3rd and 11 inside the Kelly Mahindra red zone. Wholesale changes. Everyone's running around. We got a timeout. Called by Delaware Valley, called the timeout. So all kinds of movement, everything going on.
Though this is a big play for them here, right?
Yeah.
3rd and 11. You got to get, again, manageable, right? We keep saying that Keith wants everything to stay on schedule, be manageable. So this is not what he wanted, that 3rd and long, but he knows he's 2 downs here. So if you can just get a little of that back and make it 4th and manageable. He loves throwing to the tight end in these positions. So there's a good chance you're going to see Aiden Black. He'll line Aiden up at a tight end spot. Usually put 2 receivers outside of him. And then he'll either drag him across the field, he'll run him on a little stop, or he runs him almost on a seam route to the middle of the field. So I would guess one of these 2 plays will go to 87.
A couple scores from around the area as we head towards the Toyota halftime report. Southern Columbia taking on their rival Mount Carmel. The Red Tornadoes lead the Tigers 28-8 in the 2nd quarter. Kind of surprising there. We'll see Dallas next week. They're shutting out Wallenpaupack 10-0, and they're taking on Wilkes-Barre. And I'll try to find a score. Wilkes-Barre's battling Williamsport tonight. And once we find a score for that, I'll update you. So DV back out after the timeout. 3rd and 11 from the 17. 13th play of the drive. The quarterback keeper can't find anyone. So good job by the Cougar line holding them up.
I watched this kicker. Well, you'll see this here. This is just a quarterback run, quarterback draw. This is great block by Klitsnik again. And they pull their guard or tackle around.
They're going to come up quickly and go for it. I think you were going to say.
I was going to say they might kick. I
was
watching
a
their
good
kicker
kicker
before the game.
He's 2 for 3 on the year, but instead they're going to go for it. Olsemer back. Here comes the rush. Taken down from behind. The ball comes out. They're going to call it a fumble. Doesn't matter because Valley View recovers. They stop the drive and get the ball back.
So great defense there. I think they were trying to go to Black, like we said before, and they covered him up again because they probably know they're going to throw to Black too. So, they do a nice job there. You can see he's looking for him in the middle of the field. Great pressure.
Nolan took him down.
Great turnover on downs for Valley View there.
McIntyre recovers. So it was a 14-play drive. It comes up scoreless, and we remain tied 6-6, 2:01 left in the half. Valley View will get the ball. No, excuse me, Delaware Valley will get the ball to begin the third quarter because they deferred. So Valley View has 2 timeouts left.
So this is an important drive, I think. So now you're seeing Reed at quarterback, their fullback.
Oh, he comes through. There was a hole there, but Kalisnik closed that quickly. 2-yard gain.
Klitsnik is everywhere, isn't he? I mean, how many times in this game have you said his name already, and it's only the end of the first half here.
Oh, yeah, 234 total tackles, Coach, coming in for his career.
He's
4
just
sacks.
everywhere. You can't block him. He's physical. He's fast. He sheds blockers well. Keith talked about him at length when I talked to Keith the other night. I mean, he reminds him so much of Henderson. He said he might be a step slower than him, but he's every bit as physical and getting to the ball as Henderson was.
This is Reed again taking
the
snaps. 44 with the tackle, along with Handy. Why not give 33 a little shout out? 3rd and long now. So now a chance for Delaware Valley to get the ball back.
So they'll take a timeout here, right? That's their last timeout.
But it's an opportunity.
I'm assuming Valley View will run the ball here is my assumption. Let the clock run a little bit. They can't stop it again. So, with the 40-second clock, you'll get this thing down to well under a minute when if you have to punt it away, and not a whole lot of time for Delaware Valley to do anything with it once they get it.
Valley View schedule undefeated coming in. Crestwood better now than they were in the first game of the year. Berwick, not the same old Berwick. Holmesdale finally got things going after this game. Tough one with North Pocono. A lot of people were surprised when I said that, just 14-7. A couple big wins going in. But, let's back to the Trojans game.
Well, North Pocono was a lot of turnovers. I mean, Valley View was inside the 20 3 or 4 times and didn't get any points. So, that was a big play for them. And North Pocono actually had a chance at the end of the game to tie it towards the end. They were inside the 15-yard line and couldn't get it in. So, the games are always tough with them. The kids know each other well and the coaches know each other well, so the games are usually relatively tight.
Yeah, 2 games on the road to end the season. Go to Paul Pack next week, and then they get prep at Dunmore on a Saturday. And, boy, we know that will be physical as well.
They have that game already circled, I can tell you that right now.
Well, you don't want to look too far ahead. You got to win this one if you want to have a shot at the division title. So this is Nick Kaharski, number 7. He goes up for about 2, but the clock will roll, as you said. It is 4th down.
So they could take this down to almost, I'm going to say around 20-some seconds probably.
No, we have an injured player. That Rupp looks like number 4 from this angle. Don't want to speculate, but he's shaken up. So the clock will stop momentarily with 57 seconds left. So DV maybe try to either get a return on or a block kick, some up with some yardage on the way.
It's been a great first half. You saw 2 teams physical, 2 of the better teams in Division I, right? And,
absolutely.
LFC Division I, and, exactly what you expected. I think, well, some people didn't expect it. I think some people expected DV to come in and steamroll Valley View. But again, we're, 2 physical teams, well coached, 2 of the better well coached teams in the area, and you're seeing some great players tonight.
Mount Carmel has upped their score over Southern Columbia, 35-8. The problem for Mount Carmel is they beat them in the regular season. They can't beat them in the postseason.
Yeah.
North Schuylkill is losing to Palmerton. Jersey Shore winning. Danville shutting out Berwick. Big game down there. They named the road out in front for the Lake George Curry tonight down there. Mid-Valley beating Honesdale.
I'm going to tell you my favorite Coach Curry story. You'll appreciate this, but I went to do a coach's corner at WNEP back in 2011 when I had Naeem Wortman and that whole group of guys. We were going to play Allentown Central Catholic and had just won the district. We're going to play Allentown Central Catholic, and I go to do a coach's interview, and he goes, "Come on over here. I want to give you some plays to run." So he gives me this shift out of this power I to these formations. I ended up running against him, and I think we had 600 yards of offense that night.
How about that? George helping everybody out.
He was great at doing that stuff. I just think he liked coaching. He liked seeing what he was preaching work.
Play clock at 7. They're going to work this one, I'm sure, all the way down. And then he's going to take a timeout. He does. Scott calls timeout. 27 seconds left.
So you figure it'll be right around 20 seconds by the time he punts this and we get a fair catch probably, or he decides to return it somewhere around 20 or a little under 20. Which, you get a bad punt here and a decent return.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, you might get 2 or 3 plays out of this.
Absolutely. Wilkes-Barre's beating Williamsport 29-7, so we'll have Wilkes-Barre and Dallas next week in the Back Mountain. That's a Division I matchup for the Wyoming Valley Conference, probably championship as well. Prep beating North Pocono, and Abington shutting out Scranton. So, Bekele in, low kick, picked up by Ramirez. He with some speed, Ramirez. Great return. Took it about the 45, up to about the 30. So with 19 seconds left, you have a shot here. If you're Delaware Valley, at least to get into field goal range, or use your big tight end.
Yeah, so I'm going to say, when I watch pregame, I'm going to say they got to get the ball to the 20 for their kicker. And that's about, he was pretty good from the 20 in. So I'm going to say you got to be somewhere around a 20 if you want to kick a field goal. So they got to get about 8 yards.
Well, it's the first time tonight Warriors will start in Cougar territory. They're at the 27-yard line.
That was a great play by that returner, too. Kind of got on
Ramirez,
a short hop,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big play for them. Great play. Good return.
It gives them an opportunity here. And they do have the ball to begin. Ulsimer back. Ramirez, quick out, just out of the reach. What a nice route, though, by Jaden Ramirez. He was open. Ulsimer threw it to him and just missed. This is the last play there, Ernie. There we go.
So great play by Ulsimer. Again, rolls out of the pocket a little high, right? If he throws that great route, he had the D-back beat. He had a chance.
That's why I said he made the turn. The ball was right there, just high.
So 13 seconds here. You're figuring they could get 2 plays off. If they can get another first down, the clock will stop. You could spike it and then at least have a chance to kick a field goal here.
Watch out for number 87.
Which I'm assuming is what Coach Ulsimer's thinking.
Ulsimer back, out of the backfield. That's Kalisnik. Kalisnik hard running, goes out of bounds. 7 seconds left, inside the 20. No, right at the 20, Coach.
So I'm kicking it.
So now you don't want to run one more play.
I'm kicking it right here. I'm getting my team out there and I'm kicking it. Here he comes.
Officially an 8-yard gain, and here comes the kick team. And we mentioned Everett Bell, 2 for 3 on the season, as long as 33.
That's about his spot. I think he was pretty good from that 20.
It's a 20, so 37-yarder?
Yep. So he should, like I said, pregame he was good from here. Now again, they blocked an extra point, so.
Yeah. So moving up front. Who moved? That's going to.
Well, if it's on,
that's going to.
If it's on Delaware
huge.
Valley, it's it's bad. If it's against Valley View, it's a big help to the kicker.
Who's it against? Because you don't want to back them up 5. It's already a 37-yarder.
Big discussion here. I had this guy and you had this guy.
Jason McDermott will make the call when they figured it out. You mentioned
Right,
this
so
is
that's huge for DV. It's going to be against
Out
Valley
of the
View.
snap, encroachment,
Oh.
number 32 on the defense.
now it's a 32-yarder. So he made it from 33 already. So DV trying to take an all-important field goal in. He's bringing the offense back out, Coach.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing this.
So the offense comes back out with 7 seconds left, maybe one shot to the end zone. Now they're going to put
I don't know. You're not giving
Put
yourself
Corey
a whole
out
lot of
wide.
time here.
Watch for Aiden Black over the middle. That's my choice. That's what they're doing. They look to him. He goes to the other side. Ramirez in and out of his hands. 1.8 seconds left, and Ramirez is hurt. Right to the corner for Olsemer.
Again, Logan does a great job, gives the receiver a chance. Man, that would have been close, too, even if he caught it. I don't know if he would have been able to stay in bounds. But, hey.
Nick Kaharski out there for Valley View. So now you bring the field goal in.
So good decision there. Again, it still gave him 1.8, right? So you take a shot, you're one shot, it doesn't go for you, and you line back up and kick again.
So I'm sure Bell will come in, line it up again for a 32-yarder. And this is an important 4 and 4 because you get points in the last 4.
Yep.
You get the ball to begin the third quarter.
This is the Tom Brady drive, right? When Tom Brady played for the New England, that was like the big thing. He could kill teams at the end of a half, and then he'd get the ball to start the second half. It's just it's a big momentum builder going in at halftime, and then when you're coming out as well. It's also a big momentum builder if you can block this kick, right? Or if he misses it, it's big for the other team as well. So, it's kind of a double-edged sword here.
Jaden Ramirez come up on his own accord. A little banged up on the side. Coming up in the Toyota halftime report, we'll check in on the Fox 56 News first at 10. We'll have highlights from around the country, and we'll have highlights from this game as well. Sir Everett Bell on for the field goal. Corey the holder. Watch the snap, though, and Scott's going to ice him. They're going to ice the kicker. 1.8 left in half. On a cold night, probably one of the coldest nights for football we've had so far this year. A little nip in the air. As you mentioned, if you were down the field, you'd have a big jacket on.
I'd be all bundled up tonight.
I'd have
my thermals on and gloves and my winter hat on probably. And all the Valley View coaches will be making fun of me that I look like a polar bear out there, but I hate being cold. Great night, though. This is such a great facility. I say it all the time, and I know I'm a little bit biased, but I think one of the, if not the nicest facility, in the
We love coming here.
Northeastern
So
PA.
I mean, they do the Dream Game here for a reason.
I mean, it's
and
a great
it's always
place.
packed, and it is. It's a nice stadium. They do a good job now. They play soccer here as well, which is nice for the kids. So again, Corey now going to set his knee at the 22. So 32-yard field goal for Bell. Delaware Valley to take the lead into halftime. Good snap. Hold. Kick is up. Kick is
good.
Good. So Delaware Valley puts 3 up on the board to end the half, and they'll take a 9-6 lead into the break here in Peckville. That is a big one. Amanda's going to try to catch up with Keith. George, but that is big, right?
The return on the punt was huge for him.
Yeah.
Think about that. He ran the ball down to the 30. You let that bounce and it rolls by, you're not getting anything there, right? Or if fair catches it, you're probably not getting anything. So that return by Ramirez.
Okay, let's go down to Amanda with Keith.
Coach, great first half, good game. What were your observations from the first?
Well, first of all, we way too many mistakes. Both sides you could say that, but for us, we made a ton of mistakes, and we're going in the halftime with a 3-point lead at a really tough place to play. And we'll take it.
How do you limit those mental mistakes and penalties in the second half?
Just got to go out and be a smarter football player. Easier said than done, but we just need to play smarter.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second.
Thank you.
All right, Bob, back to you.
So 3 important points put up for Delaware Valley at the half. Coming up, the Toyota halftime report. 9-6 the score. Warriors over Cougars.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime.
Once again, on behalf of Manuka Subaru and MyTV WQMY Friday Night Rivals, we're happy to donate $250 to the Valley View School District. Athletic Director here, Chris Kiliani, accepting the check before the game. 9-6 the score. We have a couple touchdowns and a field goal at the end of the half. Delaware Valley over Valley View. We're going to bring it back inside the booth. Former Cougar coach George Hawanitz with me tonight. I'm Bob Ide. And analysis from the first quarter. A lot of plays, some yardage, but 9-6 just the score.
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams were kind of throwing punches at each other, not literally, but figuratively in that first quarter and a half. And then I was just saying to you, I mean, for Valley View, it's been a couple big pass plays. It really has been huge drives. It's been a big, long pass play, then, a lot of running. And same thing with DV. They got a big play on the one pass play, and it's been they've kind of been feeling each other, to try to figure out, should I do this, should I do that, what's working, what's not working.
Well, some quick stats, 26 plays for 192 yards for Valley View, 8 first downs. Kulinski, 62 yards passing for a touchdown. Delaware Valley on the other side, 22 plays, 190 yards, 8 first downs. So pretty even, and that's where the score. We'll see how big those 3 points are at the half coming up.
I think they're both happy with where they are going in. I really do. Even Valley View being down the field goal, I think both teams, DV, a lot of mistakes, but still ahead. Valley View in it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think a lot of people, when you think about DV coming in, maybe they didn't think it would be this close. So they're happy going into halftime as well.
Well, let's take a look at some first half highlights. And the first touchdown of the game, Slewinski takes it from about the 12, and he comes up, takes a hard hit. Then they're going to go to the air.
So the Valley View mentality has been the same pretty much the whole half. They want to pound it with all the quarterbacks and then try to hit somebody deep.
DV hits a big play. Machado with a nice run after the catch.
DV's gotten these big plays, speed. I mean, you saw that a lot from DV. Their guys can run. Olsemer's made some huge plays for them, I think, in the first half with his legs and with his arm.
Then right before the half, DV got the ball. They fumble. Valley View recovers, but Valley View was unable to do anything, and they had to punt it. That led to this last-second field goal.
So great return on the Valley View punt. Gets the ball down to the 30. DV runs a couple plays, gets 1 first down, gets an offsides penalty to move it 5 yards,
5 yards closer, yeah.
And the field goal to make it 9-6.
So a couple costly penalties really for both teams. Del Val overcame a couple of them. They have the 9-6 lead. So we're not the only ones televising games here tonight on Friday Night Rivals, part of the Sinclair Network. All over the country they do it. And here's the highlights from last week right now.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Quick pitch and catch. Eludes one defender, 2, 3, 4. Great job there by LaMichael Mitchell, and he's still on his feet. LaMichael Mitchell, great play by Mitchell, and he's going to carry the rest of Beebout into the red zone and close to a touchdown.
Miller, end zone. This might be it. Caught! Touchdown! Ethan Driver, are you kidding me?
Rejoining you live on Comets. Handoff goes up the middle to Dino Burke, and he breaks the tackle. There he goes. Dino Burke 30, Dino Burke 40. Changing direction, has a lot of room in front of him. There he goes. 30, 25, 20. Dino Burke, 97 yards.
Down to last touch. Spartanburg would like a little breathing room, but a Gaffney pick will turn that aside. Here comes Andrew Root, who's done a little bit of everything defensively for Gaffney tonight. They've set up a wall, and he's going to take it all the way inside the Spartanburg 10-yard line.
And they kick it directly to Trevor Pike from his own 20. And Pike is on the run. Pike eludes one defender, and he's still on his feet. Clock runs out, but he's still running, and he's still running. Here comes Trevor Pike. 30, 20, 10, into the end zone. Touchdown!
Welcome back on a chilly night here in northeastern Pennsylvania. 9-6 the score. Amanda Down with Scott Wasilchak.
Coach, how important is this first possession?
It's pretty important. We need to get them 3 and out, hopefully get the ball back quickly and try to put a drive together.
What was your message to the team at the half?
they have to decide again whether they want to be 8-0 or 7-1, and they have to make the decision. I think we'll come out and play.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck. All right, guys, back to you.
Okay, keys to the second half for both teams, George.
Well, I mean, you heard Keith walking in at halftime saying about mistakes, and I think it's been more penalty mistakes than anything. Like, they haven't made a whole lot of, I think, blocking mistakes and things like that. They just got to get away from those stupid 10 and 15-yard penalties. And then I think Valley View just has to sustain. I think they've done a nice job with, you know, I said going into the pregame, they really haven't had a tough opponent, I don't think, in their first 7 weeks. So this is the first time where you're going to have a team that's a tough team, you know, that's battle tested, and you know, they've stood their ground. So if they can do that now, I think in the second half, you know, you're giving yourself a chance to win.
Both teams had long drives in that first half. Valley View included theirs with a touchdown. Delaware Valley did not, but the Warriors will get the ball to begin the second half here in Peckville. Zielinski has it keyed up at the 40. Machado back about his 11, waiting for this CarVision Nissan kickoff. Third quarter underway in Peckville. That's Usolino, the backup running back. He makes a good play, and it's fumbled. Who gets on it? It's still loose on the turf. Valley View had a chance. Nick Kaharski handled it. Then he lost it.
They had a huge chance there. There was nobody around. Oh,
Valley View recovers. What a big play for the Cougars on the opening kick. So Usolino had it, Coach.
He has a seam. I mean, he's got the ball tucked. You can see it there, and then they just come in, and Karski does a great job of ripping that thing out. I don't think he ended up falling on it because it squirts out here, but maybe he did.
Maybe he did. Roop in there too. We talked about him.
It's
that
still
last
rolling
person,
around.
I think Marino too.
I think
was
it was
in there.
Marino. That's
yeah.
what I think ended up going.
Well,
again.
what a play for Valley View. They turn it over. First turnover of the game. Second turnover of the game. First fumble of the game. Valley View has it at the Warrior 35. They'll give it to Higgins, and the linebackers are there once again on defense. Handy, the first man to reach them.
So where Scott just came out and said how huge it was to go 3 and out, now Keith's thinking the same thing here for Delaware Valley's defense. They have to hold them here to no points.
First fumble of the night comes on special teams. Can Valley View cash in?
So you see a lot of that same kind of play. The Cam Higgins playing the tailback spot, right? Quarterback / tailback. Direct snap to him and just quarterback blast again, right? A little off tackle kind of run. And Delaware Valley's middle guys, I think, have done a nice job of really shoring up the middle of the defense tonight.
So Linsky will take the snap. He's thrown a couple times tonight. Short hops it to Zavkov. Zavkov had a nice first half, 91 yards through the air.
I always think this is one of the toughest throws for a high school quarterback to make. It's to his left. It's really wide. Sometimes it's hard to see. You have Aiden Black out there as a defensive end, probably with his hands up, and it's just a tough thing to throw.
Well, Zielinski's not really a quarterback.
He's
so
not, you're right.
That's the thing,
Which
too.
makes it even tougher.
Yes,
you know, it's
absolutely.
hard enough for the kids who were doing it all the time, and now you have somebody who's doing it part-time.
They leave number 1.
2 downs
in
again,
the quarterback
like
spot.
we talked about before.
Yep,
Bob.
3rd and long. 2 to get 1. Zielinski, quick in. Mimo makes the catch right at the 30. 3rd down now and 5. 4th down and 5, excuse me.
So this is a huge play to start the 3rd quarter for both teams. So you see Zielinski here taking the snap, just a slant route, great route, and they give that to you, right? They're going to play that deep cover 3. The D-backs are giving you that throw.
You mentioned they don't blitz a lot. I know you like to call defense. Are you blitzing here?
Well, I blitz constantly, so don't ask me that.
Well, that's what Scott said that, Jeff. We talked the other day. He's like, they don't blitz as much.
No, Jeff is my polar opposite.
Yeah.
I called the defense the last X amount of years, and
think,
Jeff is totally opposite of me.
Do you think DV blitzes here?
Well,
probably
I don't
not.
think
They're
they
in
will.
the eye, yeah.
I think they'll stay. They're bumping guys.
Play action. Malsberger's in to throw it. Screen to Higgins. DV reads it really well. But Higgins does his best. Ball came out again.
It's not going to matter. So
It doesn't matter. Because on the fumble, it will be turnover on downs. Delaware Valley holds. after they turn the ball over to begin the third quarter.
So they're going to run a tailback screen here back to Higgins. And that's a great play. You see the linebacker, the defensive tackles, they just do. Delaware Valley does a great job. That's Handy, does a great job there, getting out there, making that initial collision and holding them up on 4th and 5.
Well, we're less than 2 minutes in. What a sequence of events here. Fumble on the opening kick of the third. DV holds in a fumble, which doesn't matter. DV gets it right back at the 27-yard line. They go right to the ground, and Machado breaks out. Machado with speed. He's shifty. He's inside Cougar territory. Finally taken down there. What a huge gain for number 1.
Shifty is a great word, right? So you see him there. He gets through that initial first wave. Great cut here at the line of scrimmage. Follows Klitsnik and then makes one cut on the defensive back, another cut on a linebacker, and kind of weaves his way down to first down yardage.
They'll go quickly to the inside to Klitsnik. And the fullback up for a nice gain of 3 on first down. DV going quick.
See, I think the hurry up hasn't helped them. I think it's hurt them during the game tonight. They hurried up when they went down in the red zone in the first the first half, and they're doing it here. And I just again, you do it sometimes to wear the defense down and catch them off guard, but it's really not doing that. Even here.
Well, they go back to the huddle. Yeah. They must be listening to you.
It's a 2-yard gain, but like to me, it's almost a wasted play for that 2-yard gain.
2 tight ends set. Ramirez, who was injured before, is back in. Play action. They got Black, but he can't see him. Valley View collects him for a sack. Holleran and McIntyre in there. Loss on the play.
Great job here by Holleran, kind of spreads it out, and then they get a little bit of pressure up the middle from Logan Smith. And at that point, once Logan kind of had him stood up, you get a little more pressure from the outside by 2 guys on the outside. McIntyre, Sebastianelli was there, so gang tackle there by Valley View.
Yeah, they had Aiden Black downfield. Ulsimer just did not have the time because of the Valley View rush.
So this has been Machado to the flat and then a combo route.
Kalisnik, he breaks through the fullback into the secondary. Big run from the senior into the 24-yard line.
So, Bob, remember what we said before. They want to go to that trips. They've been running the sprint pass out of it, so now draw out of it. So, hey, get the defense, put all their players out there. You think it's going to be pass, sprint. It's been sprint the whole night, and they run fullback draw. Great call there by Coach Olsemer.
And both head coaches call the offense for each team. So Keith Olsemer calling that 17-yard gain. Figure law firm first down for Delaware Valley on the move. Machado really nowhere to go. Great job by the interior line. Robbie Nolan on the bottom of that, along with Holleran.
Good pressure there from the inside. Kind of did a nice job of creating a pile there. And then Machado didn't have anywhere to go.
We have not seen Nick Williams back. He was injured in that first half. Number 31 for Valley View. Looks like Conceretti might be in there now.
This is a big play for DV. This is Keith's stay on schedule, right? 2nd and 8 or 9 here. They have to get something out of this second down play.
They're going to run it with the quarterback, and he is into the linebackers, and he is up for a figure law first down inside the Kelly Mahindra red zone on the quarterback sneak.
So obviously they're seeing something here. This is the second time now they're doing it, and we're back to that almost that pin and pull. They're going to block down and then pull the guard around, and again, everybody kind of goes with the with the way the line's going, and then you pull that guy around. You really don't have anybody to defend.
Amir Goulet, 6 foot, 300-pound junior, ran right behind him.
He's been their puller. I mean, he's been doing all their pulling tonight. He's doing a great job.
300 pounds. Back to the eye, Machado. Nolan stands him up quickly. 3 yards on that.
When they're getting into the eye, I just think the middle's gumming up. If you notice that, a lot of their great plays tonight have been to the single back and then run on the ball up the middle. When they go to the eye backfield, it's been a little tougher sledding in there for the offense.
Now the tight end Black comes to the near side. Ramirez now in the slot. Also, he'll keep it again, trying to look for anybody, but great job by the Cougars. They were right there and expecting it. Loss of 3. Nolan on the stop. McIntyre there as well.
So putting Aiden Black out there is window dressing. You're just trying to get him out there to hopefully make the defense think you're doing something with him out there, to move guys out there. And they've come right back to that same draw play they've run for big yardage during this drive.
3rd and long. They can get a first down inside the 5.
Big play now, same as before,
Yeah.
right? He wants to make it 4th and manageable.
Well, they're in field goal range. Olsemer back, has time. It collapses. He goes to the end zone. Off the tip and caught. Catch, Jaden Ramirez, Johnny on the spot. There for the tip drill, and it's a touchdown, Delaware Valley.
Great play by Ramirez. Just been able to make that. And 9 times out of 10, that's incomplete, right? This ball has to ricochet perfectly.
Who was it to? Oh, it was to Corey.
Yep.
And I didn't see if he got it.
Great
Must have gotten it right there. So it goes in for about a 14-yard play. The kick is up and through. Nice drive for Delaware Valley. They take the lead. 16-6, 5:13 left in the 3rd. Your score. 2-score advantage now for Delaware Valley. And how big was it for Valley View and not to score? I guess Delaware Valley held them after the punt, after the special teams fumbled to begin the 3rd quarter, Coach, but they couldn't take advantage of it.
So huge defensive stand there for DV. I mean, if you're Valley View, you gotta get a score there, right? And I've said that the last couple games that I've seen, they've really had a hard time to score it in the red zone, and that was a great example of that there.
Higgins has room, breaks out. Great return. Valley View needed that up to the 45.
I think Coach.
Well, tomorrow is another nonstop all-day college football Saturday on Fox. Game 1, kickoff at noon, has Indiana taking on number 2 and undefeated Michigan. Then the Hawkeyes of Iowa taking on the Wisconsin Badgers. We wrap things up at 8. 4-1 UCLA versus 5-1 Oregon State. Get your fill of college football all day tomorrow on Fox 56. We'll be in the house because it's going to rain all day tomorrow, so good day to watch some college football, right, on Fox, on the CW as well. So after the great return, Kaharski in a QB, runs right into Machado, wrestles him down, late hit on Machado. That will gain Valley View some yardage.
It's a
probably not a wise play.
No, and this is what Keith was talking about going into halftime, right? This is one of those, minimize the mistakes. It's a mistake.
So it was a 4-yard gain, but after the penalty, Cougars will end up in Warrior territory.
And this is exactly what you don't want after that night. They have a great drive. They have a great.
After the play, personal foul, number 67, defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run results in a first down.
They have a great stop on the, after the turnover. They go down, they get a great score, great drive, right? And then you come back. Good kickoff return for Valley View, and now a 15-yard penalty.
It says it was on Sean Finey. He said 67, I believe. Oh, a break for Valley View, down 10. Lewinsky, little gap, gain of about 3.
So they were working on this play when I was at practice on Wednesday. It's just a quarterback keep. It's a fake dive one way and quarterback run the opposite way.
4 yards, Glisnick right there on the tackle.
DV's so hard to move in the middle, though.
Yeah,
They're so big and strong in the middle. It's
270, 280.
You're just hoping you can get that good one-on-one block and maybe, get them through without a linebacker getting to them.
So Malsberger underneath center. Little mistake in the backfield. Higgins Somehow got out of that. Gain of 3, 4 now. They move it down, so 3rd and 2 coming up.
So this is staying to the game plan for Scott here, right? So you can, he's going to have 2 plays here, a little mix-up in the backfield, but Higgins makes the most out of nothing there, gets a couple yards, which was big. So now you're going to be 3rd and 2 with, 2 downs to make it. Now, in the games that I've seen, this is where Valley View stalled. It's been a penalty, or it's been
Well, a couple times tonight it happened already.
It just, they got to kind of stay the course like Scott wanted them and get the first down and move the chains.
Power eye. Quick toss to Higgins. Trying to get outside, can't. Shuffles his feet, has a figure law first down inside the 30.
So nice run there. Get a couple blockers out in front, a couple little cuts, right? He only needed a couple yards. Get his head down, get the first down, move the chains.
Tried to get outside, but Machado was there. Good job just to get what he did at that point, right?
Just move the chains. Get another set of downs.
How big was that kickoff return, though? Up to the 45. That's huge for Valley View. They need to score here, cut into the 10-point lead. Can leave Malzberger in. They'll fumble. He's had problems on the snap twice, on the handoff, I should say. That one falls to the ground, and the Warriors are there. Huge mistake for the Cougars.
And again, this is what I've talked about. Inside that, that area where you got to get scores, it's been a turnover or a penalty. Just doesn't get it here. I don't know if it was just a bad, looks like just a bad handoff, or he almost looked surprised that he was going to get it.
Well, we saw Malzberger turn to Higgins the wrong way. Maybe did he turn the wrong way, or
it looked like a belly? It looked like a belly play, which Scott loves to run, just an old school belly play. A blast with the fullback getting it instead of a tailback. Just a mishandle of the handoff.
2 fumbles, and a huge one there for Valley View. They were poised at least to get some points on the board. They go right to the middle. DV Kalisnik powers through behind the big offensive line for 6.
So now you're going to see DV in wear you down mode, right? They're going to just pound the ball at them now in the hopes they can wear them down. They know a score here pretty much does it, right? That's your thought right here. If you're Keith, with 2:46 left, you could put another one in here. You're 23-6. It's tough to come back.
Now here they go on the quick ones. They're going to, again, right to Kalisnik, but Valley View is there. Great tackle on the inside. That was Marino shooting in there. So big 3rd down already for Valley View, the defense.
Manageable, though, Bob, right? We've talked about that all night. So 3rd and 4 instead of 3rd and 10. So he's got a lot of options here.
Options is the key. What do? They're going to spread you out.
So
they can run Olsemer, hand it off, or pass.
They've spread out and sprinted. They've spread out and run draw. They've sprint out and, so a lot of options here. Quarterback draw.
Yep, they're running around the quarterback, but Valley View is ready for it. No gain on the play. Marino gets up. That interior Halloran as well.
So the great play there is by Halloran, right? That defensive end, and we said that if the 2 senior defensive ends can make plays, it's huge.
Well, they're going to go for it in their own territory, or is this a ploy to get them to move?
I'm going to say he's probably trying to get them to move.
That's probably it, too. You're up 10. I don't think you're going to go for it.
And he's going to use the clock here, right? So he's going to get this clock down, to like 1:15-ish. And then he'll punt.
Take the 5 or take timeout?
I don't know. Yeah, he'll probably take the penalty. You hate to use a timeout early.
Nope, he did take the penalty. They'll back him up 5. Logan Olsemer is also the punter. Now, he did shank some in pregame, and he also booted him some like 40 yards. So.
Yeah, every high school punter.
Yeah, especially there's only really great high school punters that do it just constantly.
And listen, I go to pick games, home games every so many weeks. Their punters shank it. You watch an NFL game, their punters shank it. So it's all over the place. Keep your fingers crossed.
Clean back, Higgins back. Great angle. Olsemer. There it is. That's a high hanging kick. Not returnable. Great job by the DV special teams. Valley View will have it at the 32-yard line. 1:08 left in the 3rd quarter. 10-point lead for DV. Valley View scored in the 1st quarter. And it's been 16 unanswered for the Warriors.
So how many times tonight have we said this is a huge drive, right? We're back to it again with 1:08 in the third quarter. A huge drive here for Valley View. They have to get some points here.
Well, give credit to Delaware Valley's defense. I mean, they've given up some yardage. Valley View has shot themselves in the foot a couple times. Malsberger in a quarter, another fumble, and Machado has it for the Warriors. Second series in a row, Valley View coughs it up. That's something you did not see in the first 7 games.
No, so just mistakes. You know, it's been twice now with Reed being in the back, right? So we just had the fumble on the belly play, and now a fumble here when he actually gets the handoff. So listen, credit DV. They've done a nice job. They're ripping at the ball. They're getting helmets on the ball. So when that happens, sometimes you struggle a little bit. That's 51 right there making that play. So that's not even a linebacker. Yeah. I mean, what a great play by him. You could see fends off a blocker, gets his arm out, and just swipes at it. And Reed didn't have it tucked away well enough, and now you're starting in great field position at the 41-yard line.
Whatever they did in the first 3 games is well behind them for Delaware Valley. They've come back to District 2, and they've pretty much taken care of every opponent so far. They have Scranton and Abington Heights left on their schedule. They give it back to Machado, and he has a gap. Marino took him down, and we have a late flag again.
So just like Valley View ran, it's really just a dive, right? It's probably going to be it could be a face mask on Swalinski, but I don't know.
It was Swalinski who took him down, yeah.
That's what it looked like from the replay. Looks like he's marking it off. It's probably going to 5-yard face mask, which it should give them be close to a first down.
Yeah, it looks like
face mask. Number 70 defense, 5-yard penalty, still first.
Now, DVs love to get in sets like this and throw one-on-one back to Black, like in this situation. Put him as a single tight end, run him on a deep corner route. They haven't done it yet tonight, so.
Delaware Valley's won 7 of 8 of the last meetings between these two schools. Inside track for the winner tonight for the Division I championship. Mikado with speed to the outside, picks up a block, and he's down to the 10. 21-yard gain. What great speed by the senior. No flags. First and goal, Delaware Valley.
All right, so let me tell you what Keith is doing here. He trades Aiden Black. When he trades Aiden Black, the whole defensive line moves to Aiden Black, which leaves that edge unsecured. So he pulls the guard again, which we've said all night, right? And then gets the edge, and down the sidelines goes Machado.
Kalisnik takes the quick handoff from Olsemer. Now in the prep game, I saw Olsemer just take it himself, and he might have had a gap there if he did it. That should be the last play of the third quarter.
Last year when we played them, they loved Keith. When he used the 2 quarterbacks, he would always put Logan in there and run like a quarterback sweep. He'd fake a dive, and the quarterback would keep around the end. But again, with him being there all the time, you're going to see it a lot less.
Well, the Warriors trying to win their 5th straight game. And right now, they have the advantage as we head to quarter number 4.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY. Delaware Valley leads Valley View 16-6 after the third. It's now time to introduce you to our figured law firm Scholar Athletes. Every week you get to meet 2 of our Scholar Athletes which are nominated by their schools, and then at the end of the year they're all going to compete to win a $5,000 scholarship from Fox 56. So let's get right to it and meet Benjamin Baylor. He's a senior at Delaware Valley, and he's on both the cross country and track and field teams. He's a member of the National Honor Society and the FBLA, and he's a Special Olympics volunteer. After high school, Ben plans on studying computer science in college, and he would like to run cross country and track. From Valley View, we have Olivia Smith. Olivia is a member of the cross country and track and field teams, and she's in the theater department and on the scholastic team and a member of the National Honor Society. She's the president of her local 4-H club and is the 2019 State 4-H Horse Show champion. After high school, Olivia plans on attending college to study mechanical engineering and would like to join the equestrian team. Guys, every week it's a pleasure to meet these kids and introduce you guys to them. Those lists get longer and longer every week.
Congratulations to our Scholar Athletes. You saw in the box and box, it was a Olsemer, and you knew we were going to call him sooner or later. All-state tight end, Aiden Black with the 9-yard catch.
So you got a great play here from Olsmer. This is just Waggle, and I said before, we've been waiting for him to get into the corner. He finds him in the corner now, and Aiden does what he does. I mean, he's great at catching the ball, anything near him, and great at scoring touchdowns inside the red zone.
The most points Valley View has given up all season, the 23-6 score right now. And DV's defense, since Valley View scored, has been pretty dominant. Valley View's also has some costly turnovers that didn't help as well.
Talking 2 fumbles,
yeah.
A turnover on downs, on the stripped fumble after the kickoff, and but DV's done a great job. They've taken advantage of miscues, and that's what you want your teams to do. That's why they're up right now. I think Logan's played great for Keith tonight. I mean, he's made big plays. He's made good decisions. He's run the ball well. He's thrown the ball well. Keith can take some of that Delaware Valley salary and take his son out for a steak dinner after this big game that he's had.
Is that a ribeye, or are we talking filet mignon there?
Well, you can get both the way he's playing tonight.
So Bell will tee it up for the Car Vision Nissan kickoff. High kick. Kaharski from his 9. He has some speed. Uzzolino with a nice tackle on special teams. And we'll take a look at this touchdown again, Coach. I mean, nice drive, too.
Right, so you're getting wet. So waggle is when the fullback goes in the flat and your tight end's going to drag or go to the corner of the end zone. And then usually have a guy hooking up in the middle. So, again, they think it's run. That's why you run it. It looks like a running play, and then they slide that tight end out to that corner. And you got to know where 87 is, right? I mean, he's their guy. I mean, he's going to Stanford for a reason. He's legit, so you got to find that D1 tight end and follow him wherever he goes.
Well, they convert those points off the turnover, where Valley View could not to begin the third quarter. Higgins, can he get in the open? He can. He just pushes a DV player down, and he's off. You're not going to catch him. 70-yard jump. Cam Higgins gets Valley View back into the game.
So that's a great answer, right, to
what you just
saw, right? And a quick answer, which is even probably a bigger deal than the answer itself.
This is what they do.
Yeah, nothing special here. It's just toss, and he just makes some guys miss. He finds a seam, and he's great at doing that. I mean, he's a great runner. He's fast. He's physical. He wrestles. He's one of those. He's almost like a kid you'd see at Southern Columbia. Some of their, not real tall.
Yeah.
Built and able to run.
So Linsky will have the extra point. The problem with Malsberger tonight in his hands or something, because he just dropped that. And what was a 10-point lead is now 11. So Valley View trying to get back into this. They get a big run. It's 23-12, 11:31 left in the game. So Valley View needed a spark. They got it from Cam Higgins. 77-yard run. Gets a touchdown on the board. The PAT is no good. So it's an 11-point lead, 11:31 left. Is it a little too late, or is there plenty of time?
No, I think it's, you're talking 11 minutes, 3 timeouts.
That's right.
You saw Valley View turn the ball over twice quick. You get a quick turnover here or some kind of play, you're right back in it again. He fumbled.
Ball is down just on cue. But it's going to be recovered from Delaware Valley. So Valley View almost with a big break right there at the 24-yard line. Don't forget NFL on Fox this Sunday starts with the NFL kickoff show at 11. First game at 1 o'clock. It's the undefeated 49ers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Then at 4:30, the 5-0 Philadelphia Eagles travel to battle the Aaron Rodgers-less New York Jets. That Aaron Rodgers-less. Yes, right? NFL on Fox this Sunday. So almost a big break for Valley View. They couldn't recover, but now they need to step it up on defense. And Machado quickly into the secondary for Valley View, gaining 9.
We're talking about is it too much too late? And this is, they're just going to pound the ball now. So this is just blast, right? Straight ahead Machado, great, Klitsnik, great lead blocker, and then Machado one cut. But I have I talked to Joby Foster during the week. I want to get some stats. Like, these are two of the best teams in District 2, right? So since 2014, Valley View has 5 10-win seasons. DV has 3. 3 district championships since 2016. DV has 7. Like, you're talking about 2. These teams are not going to quit. So being up or down 13 points is, it's still manageable.
And you would say maybe they're the favorites in their classifications, because Del Val, after the figure law first down, Del Val is 5A, defending champs. Valley View is 4A, and they're going to compete with Valley View, Dallas, and Wyoming area. We'll take a look at the standings maybe in a little while. But I mean, it comes down to those 3 teams most likely.
And listen, DV is going to win the 5A. There's nobody that's going to beat them in 5A. They're far and away the best 5A team in the district. And Valley View is going to have a little bit harder time with some of those teams from the Wyoming Valley Conference. But even them, I think they're in a really good position to win it this year as well.
So, our formation, hand it off to number 1. And he's got a gap. He fumbles. And Kolisnik is there for the recovery for the Warriors. Woo! 2 chances for the Cougars, and they couldn't find the ball.
So 2 big plays there, right? We said if you can get a turnover and get the ball back, you're right back in it. But boy, he's trying to change hands there, and he just got stuck.
Look at Keith behind it, like, oh,
44
boy.
On the spot again. He's everywhere, offensively, defensively.
Well, second down, there was a loss on there then once the ball came out.
Still manageable for Keith, though, right?
Yeah.
2nd and 4 here is what he wants to be.
Well, they're in 5 on the play clock, so it's going to be a quick snap here. Everyone is set. They give it to Machado, and he's got another big hole. What a great job by the offensive line, though, George.
Yeah, they are. They're set. They're really starting to push Valley View's. And Valley View's defensive line isn't really big, compared to DV's offensive line. But they've done a nice job tonight because you haven't seen a whole lot of gapers, right? It's been 4 or 5 yard gains at a time. But Keith is patient. He's fine with that. Coach Olsenmer will take that, right, all night long and try to wear you down here.
Marino on the tackle. Valley View, which a bunch of players with hands now on their hips, looking a little tired.
Well, the defense has been on the field a long time.
Yes, they have.
This half. So
I was just going to say that. Almost a mistake in the backfield, but Machado handles the ball, and they go inside Cougar territory.
But now you're starting to see those 1 and 2 yard gains in the first 3 quarters are 6 and 7 now, right? And that's where he wants to be.
See Aiden Black with the block. Again, headed to Stanford, number 87.
Valley View's done a nice job, though. I mean, and DV's been excellent as well. But I'm just saying with, holding up and staying in the game especially when you got down a little bit like that, and a lot of teams will pack it in.
Machado
done that.
Just rips out of a tackle. Aiden Smith had him. But the weight room paying off, and he moves the chains for a figure law first down inside the 40.
Just straight ahead. Here's 62 again. We've talked about him all night long, right? That pin and pull, block down, pull 62, get an extra blocker, and up through the seam goes Machado.
I asked both coaches during the week, no matter what happens in this game, can you tell where you're at right now headed to the playoffs? I mean, you mentioned this is Valley View's toughest game of the season. They obviously hung in there, but they need to find something maybe on offense. I mean, they're not going to be down. They're definitely maybe one of the favorites in 4A. And Del Val, too. Right now, they're one of the hottest teams, winners of 5 straight.
I think it's a similar situation what Delaware Valley was playing at beginning of the year schedule. Like, you might lose a game, but you're better than the teams that you're going to have to play.
Yeah.
So, and I think Valley View would think the same thing after this. I think, if this game stays even 23-12 or whatever it was, even if Valley View didn't score, I still think, again, you went toe-to-toe with a good 5A team in District 2 for 4 quarters, and your kids, gave it their all and did a pretty good job.
Del Val hosts Scranton next week and ends the season on Saturday against Abington Heights. They're going to throw it. Olsemer goes over Ramirez's head. He's lucky that wasn't a lateral. Kind of surprising. We'll stop the clock, 6:41 left.
Logan, here goes your steak dinner, buddy. Your dad's not taking you from.
Yeah, I'm surprised though that they would throw it, even try and throw at that point, because you're stopping the clock if you get it.
Yeah, I think this was the RPO that we were talking about before, where the quarterback has the option to hand it off or to throw it, and it seemed like he pulled it out late from the tailback and threw it late. So
no, that may be the steak dinner where you say,
yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah, he's going to yell at him for that decision.
So they're trying to figure out if it's a lateral. They did lose. They called a lateral. They moved the ball back, didn't they?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
They lost some yards. They're going to call it a lateral. Clock stops, and it brings up 3rd and long now.
So you get the double whammy there.
Yeah.
The clock stops, and you lost yardage.
So a chance for the Cougars to make a stop here. Play action. They're going to go long. Ulsimer to the quick out. In and out of the hands of Ramirez. Again, a little bit high, but he had him. Stops the clock again.
So he's going to punt here. He's got good protection, good pocket.
Stepped into it maybe.
Oh, he should have caught. I think
caught
that's
that.
a pretty good
I think
throw.
So, yeah. So the punt team is on, which is Logan Ulsimer. He'll back up.
I'm going to talk a little teaching point there, too, and coaching point. You want your receiver to try to get the first down. You want him to run a little deeper and get to that point where, he's on the other side of the sticks.
High hanging kick. Good job. Takes a big Valley View bounce, though, and DV downs it at the 19. So we'll take a look at the 4A standings. This is what we're talking about. Crestwood's the defending champs. They're playing well. They're winning tonight. But Valley View, Wyoming area, and Dallas the rest of the way. We will see Dallas and Wilkes-Barre next week. We already saw Wyoming area. So you figure it's those three down.
Yeah, Wyoming area plays the down schedule, so the only team they're going to have left to play is Southern. Right?
Yep,
so you'd assume, I'm assuming they're going to be 9-1.
Dallas plays Wilkes-Barre next week, which
Dallas
could be tough, but you think they'll be the favorite.
Dallas is probably going to be about the same.
Yeah, they'll end probably 9-0, or they could be 10-0.
10-0 or 9-1.
They're winning tonight, Dallas is, so they'll be 8-0. So Walensky will be the quarterback, chased by the All-Stater. Aiden Black can't get out of his hands, and it's a sack. So some inexperience at quarterback there. So Walensky didn't see anybody, probably could have thrown it out. He was in the tackle box.
So Aiden Black's deceptive because you're saying to yourself, I can outrun him, and then he starts to run, and he's faster than you think. And I, being a track coach, I saw him a lot this year against our 4x1 relay team, and he's a member of DV's 4x1 team. And, seeing 235 pounds running down the track is interesting, and he can run. He's, like I said, he's going to Stanford for a reason, and you just saw it right there with his speed and agility.
That's his 9th sack of the year. So that's why. He has 144 total tackles in his career. That's his 21st career sack. Yeah, he's pretty good.
And this is where you run into problems not really having a quarterback, right?
Yep.
So you're, a lot of teams here would be, toss here to Cam Higgins where he scored the touchdown before. Now it's, a 1 yard gain on that was, 2nd and 20 or whatever they're at. But it kills you not having that quarterback where you can spread teams out and, 10-yard pass, 20-yard pass, and just be able to make some plays.
Well, you're taking 2 downs. You need 2 downs to get the first, even though it's 3rd and 20. You have 3 timeouts. You punt it and call timeouts.
Well, I mean,
look where you are.
Yeah, I understand that, but my thing all the time was whether you lose by 2 touchdowns or 3, what's
Doesn't
the difference?
matter, right?
You gotta do something to try to move the sticks.
Well, he had Mimo, just fell short. That will be 4th down, and looks like he's punting.
Yeah. I mean, you need 2 scores. Will you get the ball back twice? I don't know.
I don't know.
Now you're punting from your 10-yard line. They're going to get the ball inside the 50. And if Ramirez makes a play like he did in the first half, they might be starting at the 30.
Yeah, that's right. Corey back there as well. McKelly back in his own end zone. High snap. Low kick. Corey's going to let it take a bounce, and it takes a nice Valley View bounce, but it will be on the Warrior side of the 50 at the 47-yard line. 4:36 remaining in this game. Okay, Delaware Valley's 5A. Again, they play Abington and Scranton and Abington the rest of the way. I don't think Pittston has a shot, West Scranton, so you figure it's DV. If they hold on, they'll be 5-3
All right,
tonight.
I hate to say this, but put the district medals around their neck now, because nobody in that District 2 standing is going to beat them
trying to be positive.
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to
disagree.
knock any of the teams.
No.
I mean, but they're head and shoulders above the rest of the teams in there
was beating Scranton tonight.
that are 5A.
Machado just carrying Cougars now. Give him 6 on that.
I was telling Coach Olsemer before the game, when DV was still 6A, I actually went into our AD and said, I want to move us up to 5A, because the playoff was so much easier. I didn't have to go to Dallas or Berwick or North Pocono. Like the 4A is a gauntlet. You gotta get through a bunch of teams. 5A at the time was Wyoming Valley West and Paul Pack. There was 3 or 4 teams, but it never came to fruition that way. But
didn't Berwick do that for a while?
They were talking about it, but I don't think they ever actually moved, because then they were going to have to change their schedule.
Yeah.
The school didn't want the schedule to change. And that was the reason why we didn't move too, because they wanted you to have to go to Williamsport and Hazleton, and
if you moved up,
right? And the school, with travel and things like that, it just makes it difficult. So Keith's going to run the same play here, right? He's going to run blast right at you, power right at you. 3.5 minutes left. Even if he doesn't score here, he doesn't care. He's going to run the clock down to under 2 minutes probably, or close to 2 minutes, and he's fine with that.
Coming up on the 3-minute mark in this game, Delaware Valley took control in the third quarter. We have Figure Law first down.
So Keith's going to stay in the power eye here. I mean, I've played against him or coached against him enough to know this is what. So he's just going to chunk the clock here.
Riverside beats Susquehanna. Abington is beating Scranton into the fourth quarter. Scranton Prep, who will play Valley View, is the last game. Big rivalry. They're shutting out Valley View. Dallas next week, big over Wallen-Paul Pack, 31-3 right now. Back to Machado. He gets through and he could be gone. Trying to add on. He's going to fall in bounds. Wise, smart play from the senior. The clock will stop, though, momentarily just because of the first down and the rules.
Same play, right? I mean, it's just blast, straight ahead, power eye. He's done such a good job tonight of going through a small opening, right? And he's a great runner. I mean, they're set up for the rest of this year, and like I said, into the playoff run. And Keith's doing a nice job too of playing a lot of younger guys. He's gonna have a lot of guys back next year, and he'll be in the same boat next year.
Honesdale Mid-Valley's gone back and forth. In the end, Mid-Valley wins it on a last-second play, it looks like, over Honesdale. So here's what we have without George for now. Sorry, Jan. Again, we have Wilkes-Barre Dallas. That's a key Division I game in the Wyoming Valley Conference. They're both leading it. Wilkes-Barre going to beat Williamsport tonight. Dallas winning their game. Then we'll end the season Honesdale at Western Wayne in the Shrine Bowl. Both of those teams will be playoff teams, but still jockeying kind of for position. Western Wayne solidified probably the second spot in AAA. Honesdale fighting in 4A. And then we'll take a week off and then come back with district playoffs November 10th. So coming down to the end, it goes by fast.
Goes by really fast.
Does it go by fast as a coach?
It goes by really fast as a coach, and especially when you start to hit October. I think it really tends to move. And I think last year when I had, when Adam was a senior last year, I thought it moved really fast. And I knew I was going to be done and he's going to be done, and I thought the speed was amplified there.
Dunmore beats Western Wayne 20-12. Machado to the 1.
And Coach Olsemer wants to score here, but he doesn't want it. It's kind of at this point, you could probably take a knee. I don't think Scott's going to stop the clock.
Again, points don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's moral victories in the paper when it's, or you know, on the internet when it's 23-12 instead of 30-12. But you know, at the end of the day.
Yep, Delaware Valley will improve to 5-3, 5-game winning streak. Valley View will drop their first game of the season. They will head to Paul Pack and then head to Prep the week after in that rivalry game, which will be another back and forth, hard-nosed football game. Machado scores again. So it was 9-6 at the half. So Delaware Valley's took command basically in this third quarter.
Yeah, when you look at the game, though, like, again, the score is not really going to be indicative of how the game was. I mean, you know, Valley View has a chance to come out in the second half. You get a strip on the kickoff. You have a chance to score. You don't score. You know, they go down. DV takes it and goes right down and scores, right, and goes ahead by 10. And then, you know, even in that situation where back and forth, they get a couple fumbles. They just didn't fall on the ball, you know, and it's just sometimes the ball bounces that way. I always say the football gods sometimes don't you know, shine in your favor. And this was one of those games where when the ball should have bounced or could have bounced left, it bounced right.
But you would think Valley View, though, needs to find other ways to score. I mean, just 12 points up. DV's tough, don't get it wrong. They beat themselves, but you mentioned inside the red zone, sometimes they've had trouble.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I think this game tonight is a little bit of an eye-opener for Scott. I think he'll find a quarterback. I think he'll, you know, when you play these better teams, you got to have a guy you can go to, a guy that can, you know, throw a ball and get you the first down. And listen, I don't know who that guy is. I have people asking me that question all the time, being the former coach. I'm not at practice. I have no idea. You know, and people would always say when I coach, well, how come this guy and how come, listen, you're not at practice. You have no idea what goes on, or, you know, does somebody not know the plays? Is this, you know, can this kid not do this? So I'm sure he'll make that decision, and hopefully it'll help them as they move through and navigate through these last couple of weeks.
So I guess my question is, are you enjoying retirement?
I am.
From coaching?
Yeah, you know, I was telling people, always ask me that, do I miss coaching? And I'm really quick with my answer. I really haven't missed it. It's you know, I've been coaching. I started coaching in college when I was 22 years old, and I really haven't stopped since. So I'm going to be 49 this year. So you're talking a lot of years of not having a summer and not having a fall, and it's been nice to just be able to go out and do some different things.
Okay, so for the rumors, he's not going to Wilkes-Barre.
No,
he's not going to another place.
No.
He's not coming back to coach.
No.
You heard it right here from me.
Listen, it would have to be you know, in the old adage, it would have to be you know, something I couldn't refuse. And I can't imagine in a high school setting that would ever happen. So it's nice being up here with you. I enjoy this for my one.
Your one game?
Know, my one shot.
Well, we'll see. We bring you back for the 4A final if we get to that point.
All right, I like
you
that.
and Jan up here. I won't have to talk at all that game. Both of you can go back and forth. I'll just
There's
sit
an
here.
extra set headphone up here. I'll have to tell Jan there's an extra one. Maybe we can get a third guy in the booth. We can all fit in here.
Mount Carmel Southern update. If you're following Southern, they're losing 42-30 in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, they're trying to make a comeback, but really, Mount Carmel might beat them again. We had that game last year. And, you know, I don't know what Southern is. They have some guys injured. I don't know, but it's at Mount Carmel.
Illegal substitution against the offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
But you could have Southern in there, Mount Carmel, and don't go count out Troy. They're undefeated. They're probably going to be the second seed. So, you know, Mount Carmel, if they make it through to the finals, they're going to have to play at Southern. And as we saw last year, that's not easy to do when you play them in the playoffs.
Coach Roth does such a nice job. And, you know, during the year, he's always you don't know who's hurt, who's he sitting out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, and then when the playoffs come, for some reason, it looks like he has an all-star team out there. He does it every year.
Zulinski over the middle. He connects. Mimo with the reception. We're coming up on the 1-minute mark. So, well, thank you for coming. Great job tonight. A lot of analysis. Unfortunately, your Cougars didn't win, but still a good football game for Lackawanna Football Conference
I just
fans.
think it's, you know, football, you have to do everything you can to try to heighten football, and games like this heighten.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you get two good teams like this that are playing, I think it's great for the area. It's great for high school football and Lackawanna Football Conference.
Over the middle, the Mimo picked off by Handy. His first of the season, right into his hands. Colton Handy returns it inside the 10 to the 8, and that will do it.
Yeah, that's a great play. Just stepped in the middle there. A little short when Swilinski went to throw it.
Again, not a typical, prototypical quarterback.
No.
Again, Valley View might have to, figure something out.
And listen, with reps, he may be the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's the guy getting all the reps, and he's a great runner, he's a big physical runner. He's got a good arm. You saw him throw early in the game on some deep balls. He threw some great deep balls. So, moving forward, he may be the guy. With all the practice reps and getting a little
give credit to Delaware Valley too. I mean, they lost the 3. They could have just tanked it. They could have been like, hey, we lost 3, but they came right back.
Well, they know when that season starts.
And
they know that's
right. I was going to say, they're senior-oriented. It happened last year. They weren't going to let it happen again. They're too talented.
They're well coached. They're talented, and they know going in, those are 3 tough games that are 50-50 games. You got a chance or you got a chance of getting blown out. And like I said, they should have beaten Selinsgrove. I mean, they have a quarterback sneak at the end to win it. He doesn't get in. 9 times out of 10, he's getting in.
Well, that will do it. Clock will roll out on this one. The final score will read 30-12, Delaware Valley, but it was a little bit closer than that into the third quarter. Amanda's going to come down with our players of the game. I picked them. Maybe I should have Logan Olsemer and Ryder Machado. I mean, Olsemer he did a great job tonight controlling the offense, couple big passes, and Machado, he had the big pass play and a nice run at the end.
I think they were your big playmakers. Even Logan punting the ball tonight did a great job. So you look at some of the things that aren't going to show up in the stats, but the 2 of them did a great job. All right. I like your picks, Bob.
Wasn't that difficult.
We got to make sure Keith gets him that steak dinner.
There you heard
tell
it.
Amanda, tell Keith.
Steak dinner.
Steak dinner for Logan. Coach Wanted said he played that well tonight.
Well, I mean, give credit to Logan because, I mean, at the beginning of the year, I wouldn't say it a quarterback battle, but Tyler Bird, he's a senior. He had to beat him out. So
they did. The 2 of them played last year.
Credit, right?
Yep.
Logan took control of the offense and he played a lot better, and so he won the job.
I've always said that it's a trust factor too. Keith, trusts his son running the offense. He's a junior.
Yeah.
You're going to have him back another year. That plays into it when you're able to do that.
Amanda has our players of the game and our FNR trophy as well for Delaware Valley.
All right, congratulations, Logan and Ryder. What a game. I mean, how good does it feel to come out on top tonight?
This is huge. I mean, this is a great team, I'm not going to lie. They are a very good football team. Their defense is outstanding. This is huge for us. So, I mean, last year we got them, but this was one coming and we needed it.
What were the keys to success in tonight's game?
Definitely just firing on all cylinders, O-line, defense, offense, just, we had to play our football, and we did, and we showed it, and we had a good game.
Logan, is this a game that you guys can gauge where you're at in the season?
I think it is. We have Scranton and Abington up next, but I think we're gonna be able to build off of this a lot, and I think that'll help us.
How can you take the momentum from tonight's victory and use that moving forward?
We got to be able to use it, but we can't look back on this and be like, oh, we beat Valley View. We got to move on to Scranton starting tomorrow. You got to wake up. Yeah, it's a good win, but you got to move on.
All right, guys, congratulations. And Coach Juanet said your dad owes you a steak dinner after tonight.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
Thank you.
We'll see if the Olsemers end up at Texas Longhorn or the other place down the road, whatever that is, too, as well. So the FNR trophy goes to Delaware Valley. Valley View goes back to work again. They head to Wallenpaupack, and then they'll take on Prep. George, great job, buddy.
Thanks. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, no problem. Jan will be back next week. It will be Wilkes-Barre and Dallas. I had Wallenpaupack on my mind. Next Friday at 7. Again, big game in the Wyoming Valley Conference. Glad we could get down there to check out our number 5 team, Friday Night Rivals. You can check out Friday Night Rivals every Tuesday in the Top 10 Countdown on the Fox 56 News, 1st and 10. Big win by Delaware Valley, 5 in a row from them. Valley View falls to 7-1, and it's back to work for the Cougars. For Amanda, for George, and for the entire Fox 56 sports crew, this is Bob Ide saying so long from Peckville.
You're watching Manuka Subaru Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by USA Metal Roofs on MyTV WQMY.